I'm Jill, and today I'm going to make some strawberry jam. I'm going to make it from a packet of frozen strawberries. And the weight in these frozen strawberries is, let's have a look, 350 grams. So I'm going to put these frozen strawberries into a nice pan, quite a heavy pan. Now if some of the strawberries are a little bit big, you can cut them in half. I'll let them cook and then chop them down a little bit while they're cooking. But I bought so many jars of jam, I'm being disappointed because there's more jelly than there are strawberries. And it seems to be getting more and more like that. So I thought, well, I'm going to make my own jam. And so it's a simple way. And also, with the strawberries, it's 350 grams of strawberries. And I'm going to put the same amount in sugar, 350 grams of sugar. And then, to set it, I'm going to put 2 tablespoonfuls of lemon juice. That's lemon juice. Now, I'm going to try to multitask because while I'm doing this, I'm going to make about 9 plain vanilla scones. You can put fruit in the scones if you want, but I'm going to make them plain vanilla scones because I want to, the jam will be sweet anyway, and I've got 2 lots of different creams, and we'll see about the cream situation. But anyway, I'm going to get started. So I'm going to put the strawberries in the pan with the sugar and let that get going, you know, slowly to start with, till the sugar melts. Once the sugar has melted, we can add the lemon juice, and then it's just a matter of bubbling it till we get the thickness on the back of the spoon, and then leave it to set. So I'm going to put the strawberries in now, and then I'm going to get on with the scones. See how we go. I'm going to weigh the sugar to the same amount. I've got this old trusty thing that I use mostly. 1, 2, I'm using this, 350. As you can see, folks, things don't work out to plan because there's an hole in my sugar bag, but that's how it goes. So anyway, that's that organised. I'm going to switch it on low. Just very low. Now while that's just getting warmed up low, I'm going to start the scones. So I've got my mixer. You can do it by hand, but I do have the mixer. So I'm going to put 400 grams of self-raising flour. If I was making a cake, I'd be still in the flour, but this is just scones. So I'm going to put 2 of that. This is self-raising flour. That's 2 of those. And then I'm going to put, not everybody does this, but I do it the way I do it. 2 teaspoonfuls of baking powder. Now sugar wise, because they're going to be sweet anyway with the jam and the cream, I'm just going to put just 2 ounces of sugar. Just 2 ounces of sugar, that's all going in together. Then I'm going to do it with 30 grams of hard baking margarine, the hard one, not the soft one. I'm going to put that in, cube it up, just plonk it in like that, and also the same amount of butter, because the price has gone today and all butter, everything, it's expensive. So I'm going to put the same amount, 30 grams of butter as well. Chop that up into little squares, it soon mixes up. I'll do what I've got time to do. Now they're out of the way, with my back. So I'm going to now switch the machine on. Oh, but first of all, I'll put the oven on, ready at 180 I like it on. So that'll be warming up, ready for everything to do. So I'm just going to make these now. Now also I whisked 2 large eggs up and I made it up to a third of a pint or 200 mils, whichever suits, because I'd rather have more liquid than not enough, because the dough needs to be soft. Oh, before I forgot, I'm putting some vanilla essence in, and because I like it nice and strong and everything, I'm going to put a full, not a single lot, a full tablespoonful in. You don't have to, you can put more or less, whichever you like. So I'm just going to set this off now, so excuse the noise obviously. Now that's all mixed up fine. So now I'm going to put in the mixture to get a nice soft dough. I'm just going to test the dough, see if it's soft enough. And look, you can see how lovely and soft that dough is there. So that's fine for me, that's lovely, look at that. So my dough's done. So that's done, so I'm going to, I've got a tray, and I'm going to put some flour on this tray. Ready. When these scones are done, my husband will be like lightning for these. Flour to sprinkle on. Take the blade out and get all this lovely. Look at that, and that's how it should be, lovely and soft. Excuse my back, but the quicker you can get this dough out and get it done, the light, these scones will be so light and surprised. I don't like to leave anything behind, so that's the dough. Look at that, how gorgeous that is. Not too dry and not too wet. And I'm just going to work it around myself, just quickly, just to get it into a nice little shape where I can work with it. That's alright for me. Press it down. I'm not even going to get the rolling pin out. The sugar's starting to melt with the flour for the strawberries. Now then, what I like to do now, if you like a big scone, obviously you've got the bigger one, but I do that one because when I've done them, they go so fast. So I'll try and get more out with that. So I floured the tray. I've got the oven on to 180. I'm just going to get the scones cut out. Now I like to measure the scone with that. It needs to be a little bit bigger than that. I like a nice scone to rise. And when you put them on the tray, put them close together because they'll rise a lot better. And they're like buddies, they bring themselves up together. Right, so how many we can get. Then I can concentrate on the jam. And when I've done all this, I'm off down to my daughter's to see my little great-grandson George, who's 2. I saw my delightful 2 little great-grandchildren yesterday, Myla and JJ. Oh, do you know, there's no words to express how much I love these little ones. Absolutely adore them. Well, I bought them a little mini Easter egg. Only £1.25, but they didn't know that. I wonder when. I said, look in this cupboard, see if we can find anything for you to take back. And I gave little Myla a carrier bag. She's so cute. And I gave her a carrier bag. And I gave her the Easter eggs, the little Easter eggs, one by one. She popped them in. And my son, that's her granddad, wanted to carry the bag. And she said, no, Grandad, no, Grandad. Mine. I mean, she's only 2.5. I think she's been here before because she can't half chat. For a 2.5-year-old, she's quite into everything. Oh, yeah. But she's got lovely little dimples, and I like to see her dimples. And so, right, how many have we got up to now? 3, 6, 9, and what I say, a little taster. But put these on, if you can see them, put them on fairly close together, just so they're like touching each other like that. And you'd be surprised, they will come up lovely, those, I can tell. And I have to do, those have to have a last one, don't they, to bits and bobs, which is that one. Put a bit of a test on the side. I mean, you could put coconut in these if you wanted to put an ounce of coconut in, but extra liquid, and you know, so they're going to go, when the oven's ready, they're going to go in. And that's my little tester. So I'm just going to wash my hands a minute. So as far as I know, that's it. And I've left some egg. I've got some egg to beat on the top of them, which I shall do in a minute. Right, I'll do that now. But when I make these scones, people get greedy with them. They want 2. That's it. Right, waiting for the oven to get hot, and then we can get further on. Can't put them until the oven's ready. So now then, where did I put my big spoon? Things are never where you want them to be. Ah, here we are. That's big spoon. Now, like I told you before, I have got 350 grams frozen strawberries, and same with sugar. We have to just wait now until it bubbles down a little bit. So when it bubbles down a little bit, it'll be okay. So I'll get to you in a bit. Now you can see that the strawberries are really bubbling. There's a bit of scum on there, so I'm going to get the scum off the top of the strawberries. A little bit of scum, that's all. Now, the sugar is all melted, so I'm going to put the lemon juice in now. Because once the sugar's melted, you can add lemon juice. I'm using 2 tablespoonfuls of lemon juice. think maybe that's not enough, but you'd be surprised. If you put too much more than that in, the jam will get really hard. But if your jam gets really hard, you can always add a drop of water to it. Now then, let that keep bubbling. Bubble and bubble away. I've got a little saucer of cold water. I'm going to drop a few little blobs of jam in it until it gets the right thickness that I need. Let it bubble away. That's it. I've got the scones in the oven. So, on with this. Hope you can see everything because it's not always easy getting this as you want it to be. Now I'm not going to stir it now for a good while. So the scones are in, they'll be in for about 20 minutes on 180 degrees. Fan. Now I've got any jars, so I found this, what I usually put my jam in. It's just a Pyrex dish, pudding dish. Because this amount of jam, it will probably do a jar and a half, but the amount we get through, this is just fine. When that's full, well, it could be about to there, 3/4 full. If it lasts us 2 weeks, that'll be it. Instead of buying jars of jam with 2 or the odd strawberry in it, this you get plenty of strawberries in. So I'm going to just test a little bit now. See how the strawberries, how lovely they are. I did chop 1 or 2 a little bit smaller because they were big strawberries, but see if it's coating the back of the spoon. Not quite well enough yet. So I'll leave it a little bit longer. So I've got some water in this little saucer. So I'm going to just drop little bits of this into it and see how far it goes. Starting to set. As I say, it can be tempting to put more lemon juice in, but if you do, it'll be really too thick. So, and if it does, just add a bit of hot water to get it a bit thinner, and then you'll be fine. Look, it's coming a little bit thicker on the spoon now. You can see that spoon. Look. Starting to set, look. So I'll have another try now, put a little bit more into this water. I haven't got no fancy thermometers and gadgets, things like that, just the things that my mum did. You didn't have all these gadgets, temperature things you put in and all that carry on then. So we got by. Right, me look. Yeah, not quite there, but we're getting there. Just gonna get some fresh cold water. It's hard to film these things when you do it by yourself. But like I say, I can only try my best. Right, I'm going to try it again now. Get the spoon and see if it sticks. Look, that's coming nicely. Look, that look. So let's just get a few little drips in this cold water. I mean, iced water would have been better, but tap water is just as good if it's cold. Right, that looks more promising now. Put a bit more in. It's good. It's not spreading out, so it's almost ready. And this has been in the pan from the start, I would say, let me think, 40 minutes from start. That's if I've timed it right with doing the scones. Just check on these scones. Oh, not ready yet. Another 5-10 minutes for those. Like I said before, I'm not an expert. I just do what I've been taught to do. My daughter did this recipe, and she said, "Mum, you try it. You never buy another jar of jam when you do that." I bought her an old Marks and Spencer's preserve book from a charity shop, or thrift shop, whatever you want to call it, and all her jams and sauces and everything she gets out of that book. It's a book, a treasure book, because everything she does out of that book turns out all right. It's simpler to understand and everything. So she uses that, she swears by that book. Oh, these lovely, look at that. Just look how lovely and thick that is. I mean, look at this cupboard. I bought this jar of jam. Where is it? I bought this jar of jam. I shouldn't say where it's coming from. It's a special strawberry conserve, and if you can find 3 strawberries in that, you've got on lucky. Right, I'm going to turn this off now. I think that's okay. Been on about just 40 minutes, something like that. But be careful, because obviously it's hot. Now if you want to mash the strawberries down a bit more, you can mash them down with the masher. But everybody likes a nice big strawberry on the... Look at them. Look. Right. It's going in here. Bubbling hot, but in fact, do you know what? I'm going to get a bigger one. I'm going to get a bigger one. It's the same thing, but it's bigger. It's going in there. It'll take a while to cool. Oh, look at that. Can you see me pouring that in there? Hope you can. Can you see? Hope you can see me pouring this lovely jam. Just move this camera a little bit around here. Hope you can see it. Right, look at these strawberries. Let me get these. Look at that. Look, plop, 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 plop. Oh, that is gorgeous. Now, as I said, I could put it in some jars if I wanted to get a jar out, but I know that this jam, for me personally, if I get 2 weeks out of that, because my husband loves his scones and his jam, so that will be gone. Look at that. Oh, look at them. And I bet it costs, I know the strawberries, frozen strawberries cost me £1.45 a bag. I bought them from Aldi, that's it. That's the cheapest place. So I got those from Aldi, and just a regular bag of sugar. Just weigh your sugar up, and lemon juice, and that's all really for that. You know, so when you think £1.50 Sugar maybe makes it about £2.30ish, and then a bit of lemon juice. A jar of jam, we're talking about £1.50 for something that's reasonable, and then it's not all that good. But you'll not get the amount out of a jar of jam as you would in this dish. So, and you can thin it down and make it a strawberry sauce to put on ice cream or on a pudding or anything. So really, it's not bad that, I don't think. So I'm going to put this in the sink to soak. So I'm just going to check the scones. Just going to have a look. Not quite, about 5 minutes. So now this is the remainder of the last lot of jam I made. You can see it's gone a bit thick because it's been made a couple of days now. But I could thin that down with a drop of hot water. And it's still got lovely strawberries, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm going to use it later for a taste test. So that's it for now, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Hi everyone, now I'm just going to get the scones out. They've been in about 20 minutes and they look okay to me, so. So, straight out of the oven, look. Like I said, if you put them together, they ought to rise each other, and if you spread them out too much, they go a little bit floppy. They don't seem to, and to me they're better done like that personally, but I've got my little taster. Very nice. So, I think I've turned the oven off, have I? Turned it off. Now I have to give these time to cool down. Look. Which one shall I get? Right, it's still steaming. I'm going to cut one in half. Oh, look, you can see it. And look, it's alright, look. Look, gently, look, they're not hard or... You couldn't make a bit more with them. These, some scones you do, you get that kind of look. But these, they're fresh, there's no additives in them. So, that's fresh. Now, everybody decides whether to put the cream on first or the cream on last. Now, it always depends on the cream. So, this is a jam I've made, and I've started this, all this work I started 1 hour ago, and I managed to get a lovely consistency, strawberry jam, that will get thicker as it cools down. And this is some from a few days ago. It's still alright, still using it. So, what I'm going to do, you can put butter on your scones. Sometimes I put butter on. In fact, I will do when I find my butter dish. So you just have to bear with me with these because I'm not a usual cooker. So now I'm going to get a little bit of butter. Even though the scone's quite warm, gently put that on. If you're going to have it, you may as well double up. It's nothing nicer than a fresh home-baked scone. Right, that's that. That's melting lovely. Now there's a debate. Do you put the jam on first or do you put the cream on first? Well, in my way, what I do, I put, if I'm going to use the squirty cream, then I can put the jam on first. So if that jam's a bit too hot, what I've just made, so yesterday, some jam, so I'm going to put half of one jam on there. You know what, I'm going to nick a strawberry out of this fresh one. Now look at that. That's just to start with, look. Get the strawberry on that. So then you can put the squirty cream on. Whichever way you do it, folks, it's gorgeous. I'm not on a diet, so why not be greedy? Oh, that's the one. The jam with the squirty cream, because the squirty cream is lighter. Now, if you're going to use this yummy stuff, which is the clotted cream, you'll need to put the clotted cream on first because it's heavy, and if you don't, everything will slide off. So that is, oh, that's a bit too greedy, Joe. Don't be greedy. That's greedy. So that is the clotted cream. Oh, folks. Now we can put the cream on top, can't we? This is just this cream on top. But I'm going to pinch a strawberry off the top of that onto there. Now, right, this is the squirty cream with the jam, and this is the cream, clotted cream underneath with the jam on top, which works better. Because if you do it the other way around, it'll be sliding all over the place. Don't forget when you took these out of the oven. Oh. Oh dear, they're still warm. Oh. These scones, excuse me, honestly, they will melt in your mouth. They will. And you see what I made them. I better save some for my husband. So, I've told you what to do. Always put your scones together like that, and separate, because they bring each other up and it helps them to rise better. Plus, you get that lightness and a better flavour. They'll melt in your mouth. So, I'll just have another bite of this one. I'm not tempting everybody too much. So, we've all enjoyed that. Now, it took me, excuse me, I'm a bit artish thing. It took me an hour and 15 minutes from start to finish talking to you. So have a bash, have a try, and I hope you enjoy it. I've got to find some time next time to make a lemon meringue because my daughter's been minding me for quite a while. And my son, excuse me. So I'm going to put these away, get a cup of tea made, get my husband in for a drink. He's trying to potter about outside. And then my daughter says to me, Mum, are you coming down this afternoon? So it's now 1:15 in the afternoon. So I've done this, and I'll go down there and see my grandson Oliver and my little great grandson George, the whirlwind. And I saw my other little ones yesterday. I bought my little Easter egg. Those little ones are a surprise in the cupboard. I love to give them little treats. So that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. So I've enjoyed this demonstration. I've done my best. Like I say, it's just a quick thing. An hour out of my time. That's all it takes. So if you do try it and give it a go, don't forget a bag of frozen strawberries, same weight in sugar. Put it in the pan, let it bubble until the sugar all melts off the back of the spoon. Make sure it's melted. Give it a roaring bubble. Put 2 tablespoonfuls of lemon juice in it, and let it bubble and bubble, and then just drop it into water every so often and it comes, as long as you put some in and it doesn't close together, you can put your finger down on it and it parts, it's more or less ready. Because as it cools down, it will thicken. And as for the scones, it's, let me get this right, 16 ounces of self-raising flour, 2 teaspoonfuls of baking powder, 30 grams of butter and 30 grams of the hard margarine in the block, 2 ounces of sugar, and I whisk 2 large eggs up, and make it up with the milk. I think, what was the amount of milk? Let's have a look. 250 mils of the mixture. Take some for you putting on top of your scones if you want to. And then that's better than not having enough, and you'll get the lovely softest scones. They'll be beautiful. And you could make them into coconut scones, you could put raisins or sultanas in, and you could make them into fruit scones. But today I've made what I call vanilla scones, and the vanilla I put in was a tablespoonful of vanilla. You know, so that's the way I like it. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to get changed soon, get my husband in for a cup of tea. He's trying to potter, if he can. He's not too clever, but anyway, he's trying to potter. So he'll be demolishing one of these scones, and you'll have a happy day. So bye, God bless, hope you've all enjoyed this video. I'm a bit tongue-tied because I did it just off the bat, didn't even think. I thought, right, I'm going to do that video today. So thanks for listening, I'll talk to you all later. Bye, everybody, bye.